a common question that I get all the time is, why 24 abundance blocks? Like, how did you discover or come up with the idea that there are 24 abundance blocks? And that's a really, really great question. You know, a lot of you guys may not know this, but I have done 30,000 intuitive life coaching consultations, okay? So I looked into people's souls over and over and over and over again. And it didn't matter to me, honestly, if they were asking about love, they were asking about abundance, they were asking about how do I fix broken relationship patterns. What I discovered was there's these common kind of energies that everyone has and that everyone needs to work on in order to become abundant or become happy or become love-filled. And the really amazing thing is I'm going to go over some of these blocks with you and you'll recognize them in yourself. When I did the Unlimited Abundance course, I discovered that if I put them in a certain order, it actually really just helps people reframe. You know, it's like I blow up their foundation, you know, we put in a whole new foundation, and then as they go through the course, they grow and grow by redoing those basic foundational beliefs, okay? So when you start the course, one of the first things that you will discover is I'm gonna help you clear resistance. So why would block number 1 be clearing resistance? Well, it's because seriously, okay? A lot of you guys would show up for the class and go, oh, Christy, don't really look at my stuff. Don't really look at my stuff. I kind of like it, you know? And so I have to get you over your resistance for change or your resistance to anything new showing up in your life. So the first block that we clear is clearing resistance. The second block that we actually go into is handling all your doubts and fears, okay? So now that I got you opened up and you're willing to see something new happen in your life, the next block that we're gonna hit is all your doubts and fears. Like, will this really work? Like, I've tried a zillion other things and nothing ever works, you know? So all that garbage comes up. So in the second session, we start unwinding all of that garbage, right? Then the third thing that comes up is fear of change. Okay, so now that we handled your other kind of fears and doubts, like, hey, is this possible? Is it going to be different? Then I know what's going to happen is once you know it's possible, then the next belief that comes up is, oh, but I don't want to change that much. Like, is it going to change my whole life? Am I going to look different at the end of this? Oh, I don't know if I want that, right? And so then we start working on your fear of change. The fourth block that's going to start coming up is all these weird kind of decisions that you've made about money, okay? So we've all made these kind of money zapping decisions. You know, I'm gonna run up my credit card bills, right? Like, that's a money zapping decision because it's basically like you're ripping yourself off from all your future income, right? Because all your future income is now having to go pay off your credit card bills. So that's just one example, but then we really start delving into your money zapping decisions. After we start clearing money zapping decisions, now you start to realize, ooh, okay, I can actually grow my money. Well, there's this funny kind of belief or block that comes up with people, and they're like, yeah, but Christy, I want to grow, but, you know, if I grow too much, then maybe some other people around me aren't going to like it, and then you start shutting yourselves down. So I know that these kind of beliefs and blocks come in waves, and fear of growth is going to be the next thing that kind of pops up very naturally within your energy system. The next one is fear of success. So how many of you grew up with parents or people around you who maybe didn't like rich people? Because if you start clearing your abundance blocks, you actually may get more wealthy, right? Obviously, that's the goal. And so if you have people around you who are thinking, well, you know, it's not good to be rich, you know, and they kind of look down or judged wealthier people, you know, as maybe they were criminal or they weren't very nice or whatever, those kind of things. Those will actually all be sabotaging blocks to your success. And so that's why in session number 6, we're going to start covering that. Then we move to session number 7, and this goes a little bit more to that whole thing of what other people perceive you as or what other people think of you as. Because now that you've started clearing your abundance, you have probably had some really cool ideas show up in your life of how you could actually make more abundance, and you're about to go do it. And then the common thing that comes up for people is, well, oh, like, what if it won't work? Or what if I ask my boss for a raise and he or she won't give it to me? Like, there's all this fear of rejection, okay? You think that the universe and all the people around you aren't going to accept, your new state of being. You think the universe is gonna reject you, okay? And so I know that that's going to come up. Again, I know this from working on over 30,000 people. And so we start clearing that. And it kind of goes on and on and on, but here's one of my favorite ones, is like the fear of numbers, okay? So how many of you guys actually know what your numbers are? Do you know that you have X amount of dollars in the bank and X amount of dollars of profit and X amount of dollars of credit card bills? I had amazing things happen with people when they did the fear of their numbers, okay? When they dealt with that, I had two people who did my course, and they said, hey, Christie, I just literally paid off my house. It was always my lifelong dream. I didn't actually know that it was possible, and I did that. And I even had an accountant send me an email going, you know what, I'm an accountant, and fear of numbers like literally knocked my socks off because I really realized I hated numbers. So now that we've moved up the scale, now we're on the block number 9, which is clearing indecision. And so now you've realized that, hey, I have so much abundance that's around me. I have so many opportunities to make money. Which thing do I do first? And then I help you clear indecision. Basically, we go through clearing stuckness, clearing values, getting clear on your future, clearing your clutter, clearing your family blocks, clearing blame, discovering the ultimate you, generating your future self, turning blocks into profits, clearing the self-sabotage, the lack of self-worth, clearing financial messes, clearing financial illusions, clearing your fear of scarcity, and blocks to welcoming abundance. But you will see in doing my course that basically there's a rhyme and a reason for why these abundance blocks are put in a certain order. Again, we're like blowing up the foundation, and then we're filling it back in with, good concrete, an amazing foundation where you can actually build a skyscraper of wealth versus, the little shanty shack. So please head on over and join my Mind Valley Masterclass. I would love to see you there. I would love to help you clear your 24 abundance blocks and finally get over your financial messes and get into wealth and abundance.